20 minutes.
Yeah, Jimbo. Silva. Can I use a little bit of your olive oil here?
Olive oil, go for it.
Thank you, sir. This is the roommate showdown. The three of us live together.
Nothing more painful than going home with a quick fire. This is the last place you want to be.
Jim, please pack your knives and go.
Going home in a sudden death quick fire is not really the way I wanted to go. To feel like I've just hit my stride, that I'm doing really well in this competition, and then just to be cut very quickly and immediately, it's a painful pill to swallow. But I feel like I've represented myself and my food in a way that I'm proud of. I really like the way this dish came together. I just wanted to keep it earthy by pairing it with arugula and egg yolk.
What'd you put in the egg yolk?
Oh, I went with a little bit of agar to stabilize it a little bit and puree it.
Okay.
Chef Simaruski looks at me like I'm totally crazy. I get that because that's not something you would usually use to emulsify. But for me, I run over to what all the chefs call the Richard Blaze shelf. And what I'm looking for is a xanthan gum, and it's not there. And so my mind goes to agar. You know, there were a series of calculated decisions that I made that led me to that choice. Ultimately, I don't think it was a bad one because I think that the flavor of the sauce and the thickness was exactly where I wanted it to be.
Jim, clearly yours was the most refined of the three dishes that we saw. You know, you took a very simplistic approach. The egg yolk, I'm not quite sure that it read the way that you thought it might.
Making it to the top 10 in Top Chef is a huge deal. I've cooked food throughout the competition, which speaks for itself. I think that I could have competed hard to the end of this competition, but maybe today I got outcooked. It could have used a little bit more acidity and just a touch of tweaking, but I thought on the whole it was a really cool dish. And then in Last Chance Kitchen, I was fired up to do what it takes to fix where I went wrong.
Hey Jim, welcome to Last Chance Kitchen.
So on the first challenge, when everything turned out exactly the way that I wanted it to,
Jim's.
check one competitor off the list, even though it's expensive, my friend Sylvia. You know, I'm excited to be the king of the kitchen, and having Chef Tom toss me the Top Chef coat feels really great. You know, I feel like it was ripped away a little bit too early, and move on to the next round.
Jamie.
Amy's a very tough competitor. I just did not expect to see him.
Why?
Well, first of all, he had immunity.
He had immunity.
Okay, he had immunity. It was a tough competition. I really feel like I had shown well up to this point, but I made a mistake, and it's enough to send me home.
Jim, I found your broth to be really delicious, but yours that garnish that was so salty. Maybe your hands are wet, because sometimes if your hands are wet, a clump of salt just goes on there.
That may have been it.
Because the rest of the dish was really beautiful, but it's that one little thing that really threw it off. So, Jamie, you win.
Awesome.
I'm upset that I'm going home, but being on Top Chef has been a dream of mine for a long time. Only one person will be standing there at the end. I really had hoped it would be me, but you know, it just wasn't in the cards this time. I knew Top Chef was going to be a life-changing experience, and I'm leaving here knowing that it has been. It's been everything I wanted and more.